by far the biggest game of the week. It's Boise State going on the road to take on San Diego State. It's an 8:30 Mountain Time game on CBS Sportsnet. It's the top two teams in the Mountain West currently. It's Boise State 6-3 going on to take on San Diego State 7-2. Both teams are 4-1 in Mountain West play. San Diego State dropping a huge one against Hawaii last week. Boise State's been rolling in hot lately. San Diego State comes in this 2.5-point favorites. The over/under on this one's 41.5. I see a defensive game, but I'm not quite sure that San Diego State should be favored in this one. Despite dropping 3 games on the season, we know what we get from Boise State. It's been there, done that. We know that their defense can be, locked down solid at times. We know their offense can be explosive, and we really haven't seen that much of San Diego State doing that offensively for them to be favored in this game. Now, the big elephant in the room is that Maddox Madsen will not be suiting up for this game. It's going to be Max Cutforth, who got most of the start last week against Fresno State. Sophomore quarterback, did not play well. That's why they end up losing to Fresno State 30-7. I imagine he'll be much more prepared going into this game. I think that Boise State can still rely on the running game. This is where that rushing attack comes into play with Malik Sherrod, Dylan Riley, Sire Gaines. Those three are going to have a big day collectively and really ease the pressure off of an inexperienced quarterback. Despite being without their main signal caller, it just feels like San Diego State coming off a loss to Hawaii 38-6 when they were all healthy. It just doesn't suit them. It's ironic that the top two teams in the Mountain West both got bad defeats last week. San Diego State comes in this average about 26 points per game, plus 3 on the turnover ratio. As for Boise State, they're averaging about 32 points per game, plus 2 on the turnover ratio. Lucky Sutton has been the go-to guy for the Aztecs. He's got almost 900 yards rushing. He got 8 rushing scores. And Jane Denegal, who sort of been weary of all season long, he's got 8 touchdowns on the year. He's got 7 interceptions. It's just really sort of hard to rely on that Aztecs offense and expect them to put up points when they're facing another good defense in Boise State. Even though Cutforth threw 2 picks last week against Fresno State, I think he'll be way more prepared for this game. Get the whole week to practice with first team should benefit him. And when in doubt, they're going to rely on the running game to get it going for them. You have 3 reliable backs that the Broncos do. It just feels like they will have the easier day compared to San Diego State. I could see why this is favored to be a low-scoring game. I expect it to be so. I think it's going to be a lot of defense, a lot of rushing attack, and trying to find any gaps in their defense. I tend to favor Boise State just because when you got 2 teams, pretty good sound teams, limit mistakes. And if you can't rely on either one of these quarterbacks, I feel like you'd rely on teams that have sort of been here more recently, more consistent. And I think that's Boise State. I think they bring in that championship pedigree for the past couple of seasons now. Both teams are eager to get a win here because loser drops to 2 losses on the season and sort of puts them back sort of in the group of 6 teams that will be left after the end of this weekend. The winner will still have 1 loss on the season. Boise State specifically, things get a lot easier if they can get past San Diego State this weekend. Team in Colorado State, and then you finish off the year with high-scoring Utah State team, but still much more favorable than what San Diego State's got. After this Boise State game, if they could get past them, they do take on a San Jose State team that has a great passing game that could give San Diego State trouble. And then they finish off the year on the road, taking on New Mexico, a team that's a real dark horse that you just don't want to mess with to end your season, and it boasts a lot better for them if they can win at least 2 of their next 3 games. A game with huge implications along with a few others this weekend. This is really going to decide the top echelon of the Mountain West through the final weeks. Boise State going on the road take on San Diego State. It's an 8:30 Mountain Time game on CBS Sportsnet. Be sure to check this one out.